In this video, you will learn step by step how to avoid that your newsletters gets caught by the spam filter. We will go through the 10 most important steps within Mailchimp so that you can set up your account correctly. After the setup, every single one of your subscribers should receive your newsletters. Did you know that this video is part of a free Mailchimp for Beginners online course? Go to wpexplainer.com to take the full course in a learning enhanced environment and get a personalized certificate at completion. Now, back to the video. First off, let's have a quick look at how many newsletters end up in spam folders globally. Mailchimp estimates that spam filters block 10 to 20% of emails from subscriber inboxes, even from lists where the subscriber has given permission to receive emails. According to a survey by ReturnPath, 21% of all permission-based emails sent by legitimate email marketers end up in spam folders. So that's quite a lot, and for that reason, let's go through all the things that you can do to get 100% of all your newsletters past the spam filter. The first thing I want to talk about is your from email address. Here we differentiate between free email addresses, like for example Gmail or Yahoo emails, or a paid email address connected to a domain that you own. Free emails are problematic because of something called the DMARC check. As Mailchimp explains, DMARC checks that the domain in a message's from email address matches the domain the message is actually being sent through. If the domains don't match, the email will fail the DMARC check. Mailchimp has a way around this, but it's not bulletproof, and for that reason, Mailchimp urges you to use your own paid domain with your own email address. Now, when you create that email, you should be mindful what you put before the @ sign. For your regular newsletter, you could use news, newsletter, updates. Be careful using names like offer, discount, marketing, or sales, since they can be recognized as bad by the spam filters. So the next step is to add our email address to our Mailchimp account. And we'll start here under all contacts, and then we'll go to settings, audience name, and defaults. And here we'll just scroll down here to the default from email address, and we'll just save this right here. And be mindful that you actually have to verify this email address. So you have to scroll down here again and then click on verify domain. And it asks us to send a verification email, and we'll click on that right here. Now we just need to go to our email client and find the verification code. So I'll just go ahead and copy the code and then paste it in right here. Okay. And now we can see the email address is saved. Now the only thing I have to do is add this to my campaigns. So I'll go over here to campaigns. And because I'm in the habit of copying my previous campaigns and then editing them and sending those out, then what I want to do here is simply go ahead and replicate the existing campaign I already have. And then I'll simply edit the from settings here to the new email address. And I'll simply save that. And I'll just edit the name here as well. Second campaign. Right. And now this campaign is ready for the next time I'm going to send out a newsletter. Now I just need to do the same for the welcome email. So I'll go here to automations, and I'll go into the message here, and I can go ahead and edit this email. And it's quite similar to before. I just need to edit here and then paste in the email address. So I'll save, and I can just close this down and turn this back on again. Great. We are now using our very own email address, which will help us avoid the spam filters and reach even more of our subscribers. So now we've added our email address to our Mailchimp account, and the next step is to add our domain as well. This will help us avoid the spam filters and get even more of our emails out to our subscribers. So let's start by going here to website and then domains. And here you can see that since we verified our email address earlier, then the custom email domain has already been added right here. So what we need to do here is start authenticating. And don't worry if anything seems confusing at first. We'll take this step by step, so we'll get there, I promise. First, we have to select which hosting provider we have for our domain. And you can see here there is a whole lot of different ones. In my case, it's not showing, so I'll just choose Other. But of course, if you have your own hosting provider named here, then of course just choose that one and follow the guidance. Okay, I'll choose Other. And now it's important to open up your domains setting or your hosting settings and find your DNS settings in there. In my case, I'm using something called simply.com, and you can see I've selected my domain name and I've gone into the DNS settings. So you can do the same now, and then we'll get back to the instructions in Mailchimp. Okay, so we'll click Next. And now it says we have to create a CNAME record, or in fact 2 CNAME records. And you can see these down here. So I'll just start with CNAME number 1. So I'll copy the name here, and then I'll go to my DNS settings. I'll click Add DNS Record. And here you can see the name. I will just replace this with the copied content. Next, I just need to add the value. So I'll copy the value over here and paste that in as well. All right, so it's ready, and I'll click Create New DNS Record. Next, I'll just add the other one. So I'll go ahead and copy here. And then I'll just select CNAME, and then again replace the name, and then copy the value right here. Okay, so now you can see we've added our 2 CNAME records, and we can go ahead and continue the guide over here. So I'll click Next. And now we actually just have to wait a bit, because DNS records can take some time, even up to 48 hours before they really register properly. But you can always go ahead and see, maybe it's a bit faster, so you can just check the status. And you can see right here we're not validated yet, so I'll just wait a bit more and then finish this step. Alright, I've now waited a day's time, and I'm back here under the custom email domains, and I can see it's now been authenticated. I've also just tried sending out a test email, and you can see now that besides the sender name, the email address is showing. And if we look at some further details, we can see that the email is signed by our domain. So now the email and the domain match, and they will pass the DMARC check. So this is great, and now even more of our subscribers will receive our newsletters. One of the most important steps to avoid getting into people's spam folders is avoiding that people mark your emails as spam. Why? The first reason is that Mailchimp actually sees these reports and can potentially suspend your account. The second reason is that spam filters oftentimes sync up and tell each other that someone has marked your emails as spam. That can affect not only your current subscribers, but any new subscribers you might get. So what can we do to prevent people from marking our emails as spam? First off, make sure it's super easy to unsubscribe from your list. Add an unsubscribe link at the top of your newsletters, or at least make the unsubscribe link in the footer very visible. Secondly, never add people to your list who hasn't opted in to receive your emails. That means don't buy any email lists online and just don't add anyone to your list without them knowing about it. Also, don't wait too long between sending out your newsletters. Your subscribers might forget that they've subscribed in the first place. Now let's go into Mailchimp and see what else we can do to optimize our newsletters to avoid the spam filters. One of the most impactful things you can do to avoid the spam filters is to personalize the To field. So make sure to go into your campaigns, edit the recipients, click on Personalize the To field, and then add the first and last name. If you're only asking for the first name, of course just choose that, but it's best to have both the first and last name added right here. Now if you don't have the first and last name added to your sign-up forms, then I strongly urge you to add it right here in the form builder, since it will make a big difference in the deliverability of your emails. Another great way to avoid the spam filters is to add a button to your welcome message or welcome automation, which for example says add us to your address book, like shown right here. Then you can add a merge tag to the URL, which automatically opens up a vCard to their address book. I will leave the embed code under the description for this video. This is really smart, since having your email in your subscribers' address books will greatly increase the likelihood of avoiding the spam filter. The next tip is to make sure that you have clean formatting in your newsletters. What might happen is that you copy some content over from Word, and then it might add some weird formatting. You can kind of see what's happening here, that this text is not similar to this text. And what you have to do is click on this right up here, also known as the HTML link, and try to look for content that looks like this. This is a whole lot of what you'll call inline CSS, and this is not good for your newsletters. Spam filters really don't like this kind of formatting, so if you see this, then make sure to delete this entire tag, and we also need to remove the end of the tag right here. If we go back again, then you can see that the formatting looks more clean. So if you're having problems with delivering your newsletters, then make sure to check all of the content in your newsletters for this bad formatting. Another tip is to create A/B testing of your newsletters. Go here to Email in A/B test, and notice that you have to have a paid plan to get these A/B tests. But this allows you to create variations of your newsletters, and here you can make different subject lines and test out which ones are best for creating engagement with your subscribers. This is not just great for testing how to get through the spam filters, but will also give you know-how into what gives the best engagement for your subscribers. And finally, avoid using words like offer, coupon, and discount in your subject lines, since the spam filters really don't like these words. So that's it. I hope this helps you avoid the spam filters and hopefully deliver your emails to 100% of all your subscribers. I wish you the best of luck with your email marketing.